Can you get in here?
I just clicked on the link. I am coming.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Good evening. Waiting on Jen to pop up here. There she is.
Here I am.
All right, I'm hanging up.
Okay.
Okay, it took us long enough to get this started. Are you there? Are you there?
I'm here.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm here. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Kathy. Okay. Now, not that I'm waiting on a bunch of people to get in here or anything. We tried to do a pre-recorded so that we could record this and get it out there as a video. That wouldn't work, guys. We've been having all kinds of trouble. What we are here to discuss, is the fan too loud?
You're fine.
Okay.
I can't even hear it, honestly.
Okay. We are here to discuss on the video that I put out today about where did Candus slink off to? There was a comment that I found very interesting, and so did Jen. She says, I didn't put that one on
Can't
here.
hear you, Nana. I lost you.
Why can you not hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
If you can hear me, I'm going out and coming back in.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We're having technical difficulties today for some reason. All kinds. I don't know what the problem is. Anyways, there was a lady that had made some comments on the video that I put out today. And one of them, I evidently didn't put it up here. But Jen's response to it is she hiding, talking about Candus?
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Jen says, is she hiding from Dawn or hiding from Ellie? Wonder if she's going running back to him when he gets out because they both have something on each other. Or is she waiting for Dawn to join her so they can run together? We must discuss. So we're popping up and we're going to discuss it. And the lady that responded said, her name is Lynn Champagne. I hope she don't mind me using her name. She said, oh, like two young lovers into the sunset, full of dreams and hopes for a white picket fence and a yard full of kids, starting over, young and free. Ha, ha, ha. I bet she's already saving up for Ripple and say that word, Jen.
Scissor.
Yes, Donnie's home. Let's have a party. Okay, she also made this comment, and I really want to discuss it too. She said, after finding out about the drug bust of the Lawson 10 years ago, maybe Donnie, the narc, set himself up for revenge. I don't think it was a good idea for him to claim that land and leave his family vulnerable, knowing what he did. I imagine if he kept it clean and nice, maybe the neighbors would have felt different about him inheriting the land from his mother's husband. He was an outsider coming in like Mr. Big Man and probably stepped on some toes. He's a chooch and an opportunist scumbag. I don't know what a chooch is, and she may have misspelled it, meant something else. I don't know. If anybody knows what a chooch is, please tell me.
I have no clue on that one.
Okay, well, first of all, when I received that copy of that indictment of all those people all those years ago, I was thinking that was before Dawn and Candus got there. But we sat just a little while ago and figured it up, and it wasn't before Don and Candus got there. So they did make that big drug bust after they were living there. Right? Can you hear me, Jen?
I wouldn't know anything about that one, to be honest with you.
Well, if it was 10 years ago, they got here in 2009. So 10 years ago would have been 2012. I believe the drug bust was in, or the indictments came down in 2013, I believe is what it is.
Okay, so then, yep, he would have been present for that.
Well, anyways, my outlook on it is, like I said in that video back on the 7th of February, she was going to wind up running. Whatever her reason behind running, I knew she was going to leave. She is a type of person, and she is so easily read. I knew she was going to run. But you have different opinions about why she's running. I think it's to keep from the law catching her. What do you think?
My three questions were, is she running from Don so she doesn't have to face him when he gets out of jail? Is she hiding from Ellie? Or is she setting up a nice little spot for her and Don to both run from any further consequences from Ellie when he gets out?
It's a possibility she could be running from Don. A cooch is a female anatomy.
No, I looked it up. I found the meaning of chooch. Chooch means a person without common sense.
Oh, okay. And I know what a cooch is, honey. This said this was spelled CHOOCH. Chooch. But
so you think she's running from Don?
I think she could be.
Yeah, that's what my hubby said too, that he thinks that she's running to get away from him so she doesn't have to deal with him when he gets out. And that she's set up a new life for herself without him.
Well, think about all the stuff that she let out after he went to jail. Right. All the things she let slip. I think the only thing saving her butt right now from going to jail is whatever friendship there might be between Donwells and whatever officials he may be friends with. And we're just going to leave it at officials.
Right.
That's the only reason I think that she's still out of jail. And I may be wrong.
I feel like the two are so toxic and misery loves company. So I feel like because they obviously both have something on the other one, that they will eventually meet back up. And I feel like maybe that's what she's trying to do by running off to Arkansas. If that's even where she's still at. She might have jumped from there again because everybody got hip to her being in Arkansas.
Right. Well, I'm telling y'all, and I don't like, there are some bad people out there that run with the fairs and the carnivals. I don't like people who sit and just bash these people. They are very, very, very kind people. And they're not dirty and nasty like everybody seems to think. I lived with these people off and on for 6 years. Trust me, that when you go to certain fairgrounds, everybody in that fair has to pass a background check. They have to know that it's safe for you to be around children.
I told you my experiences with it.
Right. I'm just saying that, I mean, there is no like paycheck stubs and there's no paperwork that follows behind you.
Right.
But when you are there in the fairgrounds, you are watched. It's not like some crazy, serial whatever can get away with going into a fairgrounds and just start doing away with people,
Right.
And
yeah, they are all background checked to make sure that there isn't any predators because there is children around.
Right. Well, it's not every fairground, but yes, for the most part, yes. The biggest part of them, especially when it's a bigger Midway that's going to be doing the fair, yes, they do background checks.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to get off on a tangent. I'm just saying, I know these people, these kind of people, and they're not bad like everybody tries to let on. It's not like, and let me ask you guys something. What that really makes me mad. You say, oh, they're horrible people, they're alcoholics, they're drug addicts, they're this, they're that, they're the other. Then why do you go to the fair every year and let them feed you food that they've prepared? Why do you take your kids to ride on rides put together by all these horrible people that you think are out there? If they're drunk and stoned out of their mind and hopped up on drugs, why would you trust that they would put together a ride the correct way and it be safe to put your child on?
I absolutely agree with that.
Yes,
Most
accidents
most of
happen.
these most of these people that do this, they do have to have a background check and whatnot, and vetted to make sure there's nothing in their background. And I'm sure that the ones that do run the rides on the midways are probably drug tested. I would assume. I don't know that personally. My end of it, like I was telling you on the phone earlier, you know, doing it for the entire summer with my daughter-in-law, I saw both sides of it. I saw the drunks and the druggies, but I also saw the people that, you know, dressed respectful, had the nicer vehicles, kept their area of the midway clean.
Right. Well,
I certainly wasn't getting my food from somebody who looks like they just got done going to the bathroom and shooting up or anything.
right. Well, the thing about it is, and there is two different sections to the carnival. I'm not saying one's any better than the other. I'm not. But there are the actual carnies who work for the main people that are doing the rides and all the games and stuff. And then there's the independent side. Now, granted, I did always work on the independent side, and I worked for, there was 3 or 4 different people I have worked for. But all these people are very nice. Their number one concern is the safety of children and people in general, guys. And I wasn't trying to get off on that. I'm just saying, I'm just over people putting carnies down like they're the scum of the earth. They're not. They just live in a different neighborhood than what you are used to. I mean,
Well, isn't that the point that I was making earlier too, that some of these people prefer to live like that they'd rather be on the go and city to city, state to state? And it's not for any bad reason that they're doing this. It's not that they're hiding. They just don't want to be settled in one spot.
it's fun. If you do not have any connection to a certain town, like you don't have kids or grandkids, or you know, you don't own a business or whatever, it's fun to not have to worry about a light bill every month or the rent. They have bunk houses and stuff that you live in and pay rent on, or you are allowed to take your own camper.
Yep.
So and it's just the traveling, because you get to travel all over and you meet all kinds of people and eat all different kinds of food.
That's the best part of the fair, in my opinion.
Right. But getting back to Candus, my point with Candus is, if she goes back into the carny life, like I said, there are no paycheck stubs. There's no paperwork. It's not like you fill out an application. There's none of that. And you can jump from one, I wish I could remember the name of what it's called, but anyways, from one group at the fair to another fair, like
Different vendors.
well, vendors, yes, but it's what they set up on the midway, the actual rides and stuff. There's different companies that do different fairs, and you can jump from, like, the one in Wade is the one that comes to Knoxville, Tennessee. They set up in Knoxville, but there's another one, a different name, that sets up, say, in Texas, and you can jump from this one to that one and nobody would ever know.
Yep.
You don't have to stay working for any one particular.
It's an independent don't know what the word I'm looking for, but they're independent. Like now my daughter-in-law and her family, they can go from state to state and fair to fair with their food trailer and the bounce houses.
Right. And they usually hire on people in each section, do they not, if they need extras to help them out?
Mm-hmm.
Says Kathy says sad part is it's not actual carnival workers, it's the people that come there to partake. Right, that's true. A lot of the transients and stuff are the ones that are just hanging out. It's not the workers. But what I'm saying is Candus could disappear. She could disappear, and unless something major happened that the law enforcement actually had to be involved in whatever area she was at, or wherever the state was at that she was in that fair, the law enforcement's not going to know where to look for her. When you're at the fair and you get hired on, it's not like I said, there's no paperwork. You could give them, she could say her name is Joe Blow.
Well, especially because they're not going to know where to look for her, because while it's, cold up here for us, let's say Florida and whatever is still relatively warm and probably still running their fairs.
Right.
She could go anywhere.
In October, a lot, I don't know about now with the world sickness and everything like that, but there are some of the carnivals that when the season goes down, they go like to the Dominican Republic and set up over there.
But on that note, do you really think that Candus would be eligible with all of her legal issues in the past to be able to get a passport to go these places?
When you travel with the fair, I mean, I don't know if they I had the opportunity one time to go and I just didn't want to go, but I don't know if they just travel with the fair and not everybody has to show paperwork or what. But even then, season ends, they go down to Gibtown in Florida. And I mean, there's a lot of places that they go and just for the winter and just bunk for the winter.
Can I bring up the other comment that made me laugh so hard earlier that my soda went through my nose?
Sure.
If she was really trying to hide, she could portray herself as a man and nobody would ever be the wiser.
Right. That was another comment that Lynn Champagne had made.
Yes, it was. And she made me laugh so hard. My dogs and my husband thought I was losing it.
And there was someone took it as an insult or a put down, and the person that wants to take it as an insult or a put down, they're the person that's got a problem with women dressing up like men and men dressing up like women. Because, we're not saying that there's anything wrong with it. We're saying that she could do it and get away with it.
I mean, my opinion, okay, she still does the woman. Well, I can't say she does all of the womanly things like hair and makeup or anything, but she still portrays herself as a woman. That is what she goes by. So, if she wants to dress a certain way, go for it. There's some days that I dress like a complete tomboy, baseball cap, jeans, and a t-shirt. I'm sure if Candus tried, she could be girly girl and come off as a girl. How else would she get all these men, But if she really, really wanted to hide, shave the hair again, put the big men's jeans on, the big baggy t-shirts, and nobody would be any wiser to it.
And just so you guys know, we're not planning on, staying on here a whole long time. Like I said, this was actually supposed to have been just a video and we couldn't get it to work right. So we did a pop-up.
All kinds of technical difficulties today.
Yeah. Stay Tiger says Candus has quite a few identifying marks. I don't remember any identifying marks.
Just her tattoos, but
oh, Carney people have lots of tattoos.
True. The only thing that I could think that would be very noticeable about her would be the droopy face, maybe the tattoos, if anybody knows exactly what tattoos and exactly where the placement of them are.
Yeah, but they
Because,
would have to actually be out there looking and
right,
inspecting every person to actually find her. To walk through a fair, all the person has to do is duck down
yep.
or go to their camper. If they see somebody looking around, go to a bunkhouse. Just stay out of sight.
I
Go
mean,
to the
because
bathrooms.
in general, I have no issues with tattoos. I have 13 of them and I'm not done. So, I don't see a problem with tattoos, but they would have to, like you said, really be looking for her and know exactly what tattoos she has and exactly where they're placed. But as far as anything standing out, the droopy face, well, hell, I've got a droopy face too. So am I Candus?
Right, exactly. And I seen somebody in the comments say something about that. Yeah, they have showers and bathrooms. Yes, pretty much every fairgrounds has a shower. It's called a bunk shower, and bathrooms and stuff for the
Gonna make me
people
laugh
that work.
again.
It's for the workers to actually go and take showers and stuff in. But
I've
let me
had,
tell
I've
you
had to use them.
what
I've had to use them when I was on the road with my daughter-in-law.
um there are also fairs, guys, that have bathroom attendants. We're talking for the people that attend the fair, that they're so you have to pay to go into the bathroom, and they sit there and hold towels for you and stuff, just like if you're in a fancy motel or a fancy restaurant.
There was attendance at one of our local fairs that we did here when I was with my daughter-in-law, but they weren't sitting there holding towels. They were just basically monitoring the bathroom as
Yeah.
to, how many showers were empty, how many were
Oh, no, no,
available.
no. The where I'm talking about is not where the workers and stuff go. I'm talking about where the people that attend the fair. That's the bathrooms I'm talking about right this minute, where they have people holding towels and where you actually have to pay. We're talking pay to go in and use the bathroom,
Oh
because you
no,
have to tip. Basically, you're tipping out the bathroom attendant.
ours weren't that fancy.
Yeah, to make sure that the bathrooms stay clean and refreshed. And let me just to get this out there, guys. If you all have not ever been, you need to go to the Raleigh Fair. There's two major fairs in the United States, the two biggest ones, and the Raleigh Fair in North Carolina is one of those. And let me tell you something, at the tippy top of the hill, you can stand there. They have three midways, which means three different carnivals that supply that fair site. And as far as you can see in any direction, it's nothing but fairgrounds. Food, rides, shops, you name it. And the streets that you walk on between the rides is like 6 people deep, and it stays that way, packed from morning to night. It is the biggest fair I've ever seen. And everybody needs to go check it out. That's
Yeah.
that's a trip you need to take.
The biggest one that we have here would be Ohio State Fair.
Yeah, it's in Cincinnati. I've worked that one.
Right. Yeah. And then more locally, we have the Medina County Fair or the Lorain County Fair,
Yeah.
which are in themselves both rather big fairs. And it takes, in my condition, trying to walk through there, it takes forever. And dear God, don't let me go into the horse stables. I almost fell over last year.
I understand that, State Tiger, but what I'm saying, honey, is first of all, say law enforcement out of Rogersville decides, or TBI for that matter, decides, okay, we're taking out an arrest warrant for candusbly. Okay, as it stands right now people say, oh, law enforcement knows where she's at. We do not know that for a fact. So let's go on the premise that we do not know and they do not know where she's at. Okay, let's say they get a tip that she is working for the fair. Do you know how many fairs are going on at any one point in time in the summer? You would have no clue. Okay, Arizona. Still in Arizona, there are so many fairs going on all at the same time. Okay, so you got to whittle down which fair to even look at. Then you would have to actually go in there and you would spend 2 or 3 days just looking around. And even looking around, like I said, if she noticed somebody nosing around, all she'd have to do is duck into a bunkhouse, and she would be out of sight and nobody would find her. And let me tell you something, they ain't nobody at a fair going to be admitting who is there and who isn't.
I do see State Tiger's point though. I mean, especially like somebody who, for you or I or anybody else who has been invested in this case, and knowing that Candus could be hiding out at one of these fairs, for any of us that have been invested, it would be easier. It would be easy to find her for us because I guess we'd kind of be looking, even if we're not looking. If we notice somebody that looks like her, we're going to notice her. And say they put info out that there's a bolo for Candus or an APB, anything, and say we're at a fair, we would be able to see her and single her out and call and say, hey, guess who I just found? So I can see both aspects of it. Yours, she could dip and hide very easily. You dip behind one of them toy trolleys and the big old teddy bears and everything, you could stand behind those things and hide.
It's called a novelty stand, but yeah.
Yeah. You can hide behind any of that easily and nobody would ever notice. But from our aspect, just as the normal Joe walking through the fair, and if we were aware that law enforcement was looking for her, we would be able to single her out because
Right.
if she's, normal people walking through there, she's not going to hide from. Now, if she sees a cop or something, yeah, she's going to dip.
Well, maybe if there's some kind of bolo out where it's hitting every TV and it would still be pretty hard for just the average Joe in Arizona to go to the fair and find her. And that's only if they're looking for them. Most people are paying attention to the rides, they're paying attention to their kids. But hang on. State Tiger says she would have to register her job somewhere, right? Or else it's going to have a problem. No, honey.
You don't get paychecks there.
You do not write your name down anywhere when you work for the carnival or the fair. You're, like I said, I'm not joking when I say if you go to work for the fair and you can tell them what your real name is if you want to, but you don't have to. You can look at them and say, my name is Shaniqua, Brown. You could walk in there and say, my name is Jody Sue Brown. And they would not question you. You do not write your name down anywhere. At the end of the week, or at the end of the jump, should I say, because it normally lasts about 10 days.
Right.
And you can go to the boss and get money. Like if you need something to eat for that day or for the next couple of days, you can get a draw on your money.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the 10 days, when the fair is over, you get paid cash money.
Yep, and that is cash.
You go about your business. And if you walk off at the end of that jump, fine. If you go on to the next spot with them, that's great too. But no.
For me and my daughter-in-law, what we brought in was our pay. We had to pay to rent the spot for the food truck.
Right,
and for the bounce houses, but we didn't have to register anything otherwise.
But the thing about it is your daughter-in-law or her parents or whoever it is was an owner. That's not what I'm talking about. Owners have paperwork and stuff they have to deal with. I'm talking about the actual person who walks in off the street and looks at one of the owners and says, hey, dude, I need a job. You got anything? That's about the end of the application process.
Pretty much.
Say yeah or no, and you either go to work or you don't. If you don't go to work, you go
like you or they don't. They like you and say, yeah, I can squeeze you in here, or I don't like the looks of you, so no, I don't have anything. But no, you don't have to fill out any W-2s or anything like that. That is a cash in hand at the end of the gig.
And then at the end of the year, if you file taxes yourself, then you would file a 1099 for self-employment. and
Yep.
that's it. The bosses, somebody else said something about the owners are cheating the government by not filing taxes, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. They tell them how much they have to pay out for each spot they get. They tell them how much they pay out to the employees, but they do not have to give the employees' names or their information. They say, I pay them this much. That's all they need to know. And it's your responsibility to not cheat the government.
I think that's another big reason that a lot of people do choose that type of life, because technically, there's no taxes involved unless you choose to file them.
Right.
And, like when I was waitressing, we were required by law to report 8% of our tips. Do you think anybody ever reported 8% of their tips? Because, I'm not going to say that I usually only reported maybe 5, because if you report all of them, do you know how much your paycheck is? I've gotten paychecks before that were $2. So I think that's tax purposes and stuff like that might be another reason people choose that life.
Hi, Chrisola. Hi, Robin Payne. Oh, says I knew a lot of carnies and ride owners back in the day, and they pay cash on a daily, weekly basis. A lot of felons, people on the run, SO murderers, etc., ride the carny circuit. They might, but that don't make everybody there a bad person. You have SOs, murderers, people on the run, and felons working out here in your restaurants that you go to every day. You have them working in the banks that you go to. You have them out here. Some are working in the schools. Some are cops.
Absolutely.
So it being the carny circuit don't have diddly crap to do with the fact that these are all bad people. If you didn't have all those people out here in your day-to-day life, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about Dawn and Candus right now. Oh, wait, Robin, did you forget about the pediatrician in Rogersville that took care of the kids in Rogersville, who in 2017 was put in prison because he was SOing children in his own home?
I told you about my one doctor that obviously I don't see anymore, right?
No.
One of my girlfriends at work, when my back first got broken, before we knew it was broken, she had sent me to him. And after I'd been seeing him probably 6 months, give or take, found out that he had been, I'm trying to pick the right word. I don't want to say, well, I guess it would be essaying to an extent. He was doing checkups beyond the normal routine for his specialty. Like, I go in for my back. You should have no reason to be touching anything on my front. And he had done this to many of his patients, and my girlfriend just so happened to be one of them. And he lost his license, lost his practice, and is now sitting in jail.
Right.
So these people are everywhere. They can be your doctor, your dentist, your neighbor, your best friend.
Right. Amanda Metcalf, hang on a second. Amanda Metcalf says, "Oh, Nana, I'm so happy to hear your voice. I've had a terrible day, like the worst. Being here will cheer me up, I'm sure." Well, I hope so, sweetheart. Stay Tiger said, "What if something goes wrong, like theft, etc.?" That's what I was saying a minute ago, Stay Tiger. And the only way that she could actually accidentally be caught is if, like, there was a horrible accident. Theft and stuff is dealt with amongst the carnies. They deal with it. Unless it's like mega bucks, which, trust me, the owners never allow you to have that much access.
No, they also have a loss prevention team too, or loss prevention insurance. So if something like that happens, where larger sums are stolen or, something like that, they're protected against that.
But unless there was an accident or something where the law or something had to be called in, the law have they have no reason to be in there, talking to the workers or anything like that. Most of the time it's accidents with the customers or the people that come to ride the rides and stuff.
Right.
And therefore they deal with those people. They don't deal with the workers themselves.
I have seen the carny workers get in fights amongst themselves, and they handle that within, their own area. Or it gets, rumor mill goes, and people on the opposite end of the midway hear about it, and it tumbles down to the other end. But they never call law enforcement, ever. They take care of their things themselves.
Oh, let me tell you, and this was at the Raleigh Fair, as a matter of fact, and it happened right in front of my booth, and I never knew anything about it until after it was all over and done with. And it was not by the workers, it was by the people that came to the fair. There was a 15-year-old boy who got shanked, if y'all know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Right in front of my stand. But because there was so many people on the walking path, and you know what the owners was telling all the workers? Keep it quiet. Don't tell anybody. They had the ambulance come in. They took the person away. Keep it quiet. Because if you tell anybody, people are going to get scared, and then they're going to leave, and then we'll lose money.
One of those, you didn't see nothing. You didn't hear nothing. You didn't see nothing.
Right. And by the way, I wanted to read this. Robin said, I know there are good-hearted people too. And as you said, these people are everywhere. A guy I work with came to work on Monday after he and 3 others brutally tortured and did away with a roommate on Saturday. Oh, wow. Says he acted nice and friendly like we thought he was. We were all shocked when he was all over the news on Tuesday. Wow.
But that's crazy.
Not all carnies are sketchy, Amanda. I promise you, honey. I've got a list I can give you. These are some of the nicest people you would ever want to meet. And we're talking very, very wealthy people that have nice homes. And they keep their homes. But they also go out and travel like 9-10 months out of the year to make their money.
And that's my daughter-in-law's family. I mean, they've done this for years upon years. And like I said, they just rent a spot for their stuff, and they pay the fair owners or the fairgrounds. And right. I mean, you know me well enough to know that, I'm not, well, I might have done sketchy things in the past, but I'm not sketchy. My daughter-in-law's parents, I am not particularly fond of them, but I wouldn't say that they're sketchy or anything like that.
Stay Tiger says, I see. Thank you for answering. You're always credible with your answers. Good call on the pediatrician, too. It's very true. They're in all walks of life, even churches. Caretakers and caretakers, it's heartbreaking. Right. And Amanda says, I don't know if y'all can feel their vibes, but I do. It's straight criminal. But not all of them, honey. They're all very cunning, too. I'm serious, hun. I've lived with these people.
I have too. It was just for the summer, but I've still been in that situation. And honestly, if I was physically in any condition to continue doing it with her, I would. Granted, I wasn't making thousands or anything like that, but it's still cash in your pocket, and probably in my condition, one of the best types of jobs I could have.
In my video, I bring up East Coast Concessions. That was the last person that I worked with. And he's actually the one that I worked with for the longest out there. And let me tell you something. That family, whether it's extended or not, that family has been in the carnival business for generations. Just like if you have like horse breeding and stuff go from one generation to the next, so does the carnival work, because you have all the rides and the equipment, the joints they call it's the like the little stores, the pop-up stores and stuff where they sell the novelties and the food and stuff like that. They're called joints, and they get passed from father to son or father to daughter, whatever.
Okay, we have to quit talking about the carnival food.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm hungry.
I mean, I have thought about, guys, bringing on a couple of, seeing if I couldn't get a couple of the people that I used to work with and possibly the owner of East Coast Concessions to come on here and speak with everybody and let you guys meet them and talk to them. And you'll see they are just normal people, just like us. Actually, normal people. You got to remember, what are people saying about YouTubers? So think about that.
I've heard so many different wild stories about YouTubers that basically any of us that any of you that have a channel that do what you're doing, or even me just being a co-host, we're all criminals and we can't get real jobs, and that's why we do this. And we're hiding so they can see our faces, but they don't really see the faces, even though once in a while I will do this so everybody can see my face. But I've heard all of the wild stories about us being not you and I per se, but in general, YouTubers being criminals and
having a reason to hide behind the screen and all that. Yes. Yep. The plain and simple fact is, guys, and yes, you can find good and bad stories on YouTube and on the internet and stuff, but plain and simple, if you will go and look for good stories about the fair and about the carnival and stuff, you will find all kinds of good stories about these people. If you look for bad, you're going to find bad. If you look for good in people, you're going to find good.
I know that the one most locally here gets awards every year for the cleanliness, the friendliness, lack of issues. I mean, there's rave reviews every year in our newspaper about our most local.
Right.
Now these little ones that pop up and they're only here for 2 or 3 days, that's usually where the bigger problems are.
Let me tell you guys, and we're going to get back on the subject of Candus after this, okay?
Oh, are we not going to talk about the price of eggs in China?
Well, we might. One, y'all need to try the pumpkin spice funnel cake. That is the most awesome funnel cake you will ever taste. And two, you need to go to Knoxville, the fair in Knoxville, and get one of the Denton's corn dip dogs. They are world famous. Promise you. He has won every year. Well, he did until he passed away, but his son took over the business. And they have like 5 restaurants in Knoxville besides the carnival business, which they make bukus of money out of.
I have a sub question to what you just said.
What?
You actually like pumpkin?
I love pumpkin pie.
Are you feeling okay? You don't like anything?
Well, I love pumpkin pie. And, well, my mother-in-law taught me a recipe of how to make pumpkin pie where it's not slimy. That's the part I didn't like about it. And the pumpkin spice funnel cake, deep fried banana pudding. You guys have got to try that one too.
See, now I personally don't like pumpkin, so I wouldn't try it. But every year when we go to the fair, I have to have my regular funnel cake.
Right.
And my sausages and my big tub of fries with like a gallon of vinegar on them.
Kathy, you need to go to the Knoxville Fair. It might be small, but it's the best, especially when it comes to the food. But anyways, getting back to...
Amanda's laughing at us. because I said we're not going to talk about the price of eggs in China.
Right. Well, it's because people have been fussing because I'll say we're going to talk about summer or this or that, and then we get sidetracked. So if I put on the title that summer's the main topic, but don't be offended if we jump off and talk about the price of eggs in China or talk about the worms down in Guatemala. I mean, if I tell you that, then nobody can get mad if I don't talk about summer the whole time.
Because I mean, especially if we're sitting here doing a 2 or 3 hour live or like a 6 hour stream in honor of summer. I mean, it's hard to specifically stay on that one topic for 3 to 6 hours.
Right. Stay Tiger says, Nana's Angels, I wanted to ask you something. You said you had a heated. No, I've never had a heated exchange of words with Mr. Lawson. I think you may have misunderstood.
Okay, Nana, while you're answering that, I have to run and get the other charger. I will be right back.
I think you may have misunderstood, sweetheart, something that was said. No, I've never spoke to him. Now, I said on John Davis's live yesterday that out of everybody connected to this case, if I was to interview anyone and they would have to tell the truth, Ronnie Lawson is the person I would want to interview. Oh, I used to do lemonades for Denton's too, out in as a matter of fact, the fair for the Tennessee State Fair. I did fresh squeezed lemonade. Hang on one second, guys. In the middle of trying to cook, and it's smelling really good, but I need to add water. Sorry about that, guys. But like I said, this was supposed to have just been a video, guys. It wasn't actually supposed to have been a live. We just couldn't get it to work right. So we decided we would go live. And I did not mean for it to be all talk about carny life. But that has been eating at me ever since people started with it back when it was first brought up. No, you're fine, Stay Tiger. It's okay. Sweetheart, y'all can ask me pretty much anything as long as it doesn't have to do with the identity of my children or my grandchildren. And pretty much that's it. That's the only thing that's off limits. I mean, I'll talk about my kids, my grandkids, anything. I just don't want to bring any trouble to my family. That's it. But I'll tell you anything else you want to know.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
$5.76 for milk.
Oh, Lord.
You can't steal a cow. Kathy, did you know? My daughter was telling me this morning that over 10,000 cows died somewhere out in Utah or somewhere.
That's when I would quit drinking milk. And I myself can go through a gallon of milk in 2 or 3 days.
Nana's shows rock and are refreshing. Oh, well, thank you, Amanda. What am I making? Well, it was actually supposed to have been a beef roast, but when I pulled it out of the freezer for it to thaw, it wound up being a Boston butt roast. So I've cooked it on low heat all day and probably going to wind up putting barbecue sauce on it with some mashed potatoes, probably some fried green beans this evening. Can you be my online daughter? You sure can, sweetheart.
Mhm.
I accept all. I don't mind one bit you being my honorary daughter.
Well,
I'm like, go
you
ahead.
only got one of those. You probably need another one, and I don't count because we're too close in age.
Right. Christola's my sweet pea right there, let me tell you. She's my pride and joy when it comes to YouTube.
I'm just the online sister.
Yep. Don farted on them cows in Utah when he was there. Is that what happened to him, Kathy? I was doing kids' parties with Candy Floss before blank. Everybody loved it. You mean cotton candy?
You're officially Mama Nana now.
All right.
That's what Amanda says. You're officially Mama Nana.
That'll work. I learned how to do spin cotton candy. And trust me, that's a very important job to know how to do if you work for the carnival, because not everybody can do it. And it will ensure that you keep a job.
Hey, I can run a bounce house.
What do you think of DAG Dan Armstrong? And I heard about the cows as well. Crazy. I think that the woman in Knoxville that was running that illegal, I think it was Knoxville, that was running the illegal daycare, he should have done something to her more than what happened. She's up and running another daycare already. I think, I don't think too highly of him, or else he would have had something done to Dawn and Candus by now. And Grandus, for that matter. Yeah, cotton candy. I thought that's what you were talking about. I got to go to the place where you buy it's what y'all would call the flavoring, but it's called flossine, that you put in cotton candy to give it the flavor and the color. Is she really what? Amanda says she likes bounce houses. She's such a grown-up ass kid. Stay Tiger, I don't understand. Is she really what?
Yeah, our bounce houses were the bounce houses with laser tag. So you got to go in there with a little patch on, like a little vest type thing on, with the guns and shoot at each other. And our end of it in our trailer would print up the receipts on who got how many hits and basically who won. And I'll tell you what, that is a moneymaker with kids that don't want to be stuck with their parents all day. Parents just give them $20, see ya. And these kids will literally stick around all day.
Yes, she is up and running another daycare. Stay Tiger. Yes, she is. Lisa, you just tell that punk ass kid that you got a whole YouTube channel behind you. They don't want all of us to show up. They don't have to know.
Do I bust out the cane on somebody?
They don't have to know that we're all spread out all over the world.
Don't make me get the stick out.
I can never spin. Right. I can never spin cotton candy. I tried, but it always lumped up and fell apart. There's definitely a trick to it. That and making candied apples. Oh, Lord. That's dangerous.
Now you got me wanting caramel apples.
No, I said candied apples, not caramel. We did candied. Because you have to get that candy to 300 degrees and keep it there before you dip the apples.
No, our food end of it, we did pizzas and, snacks and stuff like that. The pizzas, of course, were homemade. Everything else, just freezer, drop it in the fryer, and you're good to go. But the bounce house is fun.
I learned how to do the corn dogs too, guys. That's another trick that's not so easily done.
I thought we were going to stop talking about food.
I can't help it. I miss carnival life. Can y'all tell?
I do too.
It really is a lot of fun, guys. If you ever get the opportunity just to go for one fair, to go actually work, and that's hard work. It is a lot of hard work, and it's very long days, but you will have so much fun.
Yeah,
But anyways, I think Candus is going to slip right back into one of the fairs where she worked or whatever, and she could be anywhere in the United States. All she has to do is get a hold of the guy that she used to work for, and he's got connections to all the other people that run the fairs, and he could send her to any one of them, guys, and they'll send a bus ticket for you to come work for them. That would be awesome. Do you work at the fair, Vibes? Says I've been using LED flashing neon sticks for the cotton candy. It's a nice little money earner. That would be awesome. That would be so cool. Kathy, you're not a fatty. Stop it. Hello, Miss Christola. It is really hot, especially with I've been cooking in that electric skillet all day, and it is burning up in this camper.
Yep. We don't get the hell heat back until tomorrow.
Guys, remember now, I don't know who all got the notifications and who didn't, but remember, Thursday is strictly for chat. Nobody's coming up on panel, just me and Jen, and going to basically do what we're doing right now. But it's for you guys to get out what you want to say. Oh, you do kids' parties? Well, still, that's an awesome idea, really.
It is a cute idea. I wonder if my daughter-in-law's thought of that yet for the birthday parties at the rink. Because now that everybody knows about my end of the carnival thing, my in-laws also own a skating rink, which is why my granddaughter is in competitive skating. Her mother is a skate instructor, has won competitions, you name it, she's done it. So I wonder if they have thought of the light up sticks on their end of it. That would be cute, I think, for the kids' parties at the rink.
Also, did you guys know, because the guy that I worked for, we also did parades in the off seasons. Do you know you could take, like, I'd say $200 at the most, and make probably $1,000 with it by buying stuff. You buy it from this novelty company online, and then you take it out and just resell it. We went down and did Mardi Gras parades. We did 5 parades in 4 days. There was 10 people selling, and dude made $50,000 in 4 days. That ain't a lie.
There you go, Nana. That's how we will start earning our millions.
Oh,
being able to take off and start doing the fairs.
No, you don't even have to do fairs. You can just do the parades. You can do parades. They have 4th of July. They have every possible holiday. You can do a parade. They have them popping up everywhere.
I bet that we would make enough to buy that piece of land and put our toy haulers on them.
Hey, Vibes, if you will go to Rhode Island Novelties, you'd do a whole lot better. I'm telling you. They sell in bulk and they sell to all the carnies. What now? That's the first thing I tell them. I ain't afraid to rocking out some orange. That's right. You live here, don't you, Lisa? Sorry to say this, guys. I am not a Tennessee orange kind of person. My son told me one time back when we won the championship or something, whatever the heck it was, that if something ever fatally happened to one of the football players, if people only knew how much I despised the football team in Tennessee, they would come looking at me first. Yes,
I get the same thing about despising my hometown football team. Can't stand them.
I put it on there for you, hon. And you can order everything online. My favorite thing that I used to sell was the bubble guns or bubble pew pews. It's a toy, whatever the hell. Even if I said the wrong thing, it's a toy and it blows the bubbles.
And the toy pew pews.
Yes, that was my favorite thing to sell.
I have those here for the kids. Because, you know, Grammy always has to have the toy pew pews and tons of bubbles to go with it. Sidewalk chalk. I have to have all of that so they can go outside and play.
Right.
Because Grammy's house is boring.
Well, you take care of it for just a second, Jen.
Okay. I will try. I'll try to take over, guys. I think we're still talking about the carnival aspect and the food and all the good stuff. It's hard when I'm up here just talking to myself. So I'm in chat if anybody has any questions for me or Nana.
Jen, you're fine. Just keep talking.
I don't like talking. You know that. Bye, Kathy. We'll see you when you come back if we're still here. I know Nana wasn't trying to make this one of her marathon lives. We're not going 2 or 3 hours or anything. We were just popping up simply because we tried every method of StreamYards and it wouldn't work on either end. So we had to go live with it. So y'all get the surprise pop-up live on an otherwise boring Monday afternoon. Hi, Charlie. No, Cristola, we didn't end, honey. I think she got a phone call. She just left me in charge for a minute. We know how that works out.
No, I didn't get a phone call. My nose just gave in. This is done, just not done, and I just couldn't help it. I kept smelling it. So not to be
I had to do a taste test.
Yes, that's what it is. I'm tasting my cooking. I'm not trying to act like another creator that eats all the time. But it just smelled really good, guys. It's done, guys. It's really good.
Yep, I'm making chicken. I still haven't figured out what exactly I'm doing with it.
Anyway, so people in chat, what do y'all think Candus is running? Do you think she's running from Dawn? Do you think she's running from law enforcement? Do you think she's innocent and she's just trying to get away from all the cruel people who keep saying she's guilty? I've received that one today too.
Cristola says this is just like deja vu, the whole conversation.
Why? When did we have this conversation before?
I was just getting ready to say the same thing. When did we have this conversation? I know that we have brought up the whole carnival aspect before, but not anything in depth to where we went anything in depth with it. Karma says, I think she is bored and lacking money.
So
If that's even what Candus is doing at this point, that was just a hypothetical. Did she take off with the fair again? Did she go back to her old life? I mean, that's all hypothetical at this point. We don't have anything inside, any type of inside knowledge telling us that that's where she went. We're speculating, right, Nana?
Right.
I think it's the right word.
We're gossiping, guys. We're gossiping. We're talking about Candus behind her back. You know why? Because she is too chicken shit to come out in public and talk to anybody that has any real sense to them and would ask the correct questions.
But isn't the gossip and drama aspect of it what brings the people in?
Evidently.
You know, if we sit here and gossip and make crap up all day long and just to fit a narrative.
She's not saying anything bad about the people that are in here in chat, guys.
Absolutely not. That has nothing to do with anybody in here. I love our chat, and I love the fact that everybody comes over here for the factual aspect of it because Nana doesn't put out the drama. I love our chat and that it's very drama-free.
It's just we have been discussing in the last few days that I put out 2 videos. Well, actually, I think my last 4 videos have gotten very few views on them. If it only has to do with summer, people will watch it. But if you talk about summer and other children, people won't watch it.
But in my opinion, it seems like people are watching more of the what's the word I'm looking for? Drama content. They want the dramified, you know, and where everything's not factual and they're just kind of making stuff up as they go. There's a few that I've seen today that I'm not even going to throw it out there because I haven't watched the whole video yet, but they're coming up with some things that I can't particularly say if I agree with or not. So I won't bring them up until after I watch the videos and see what these other creators are saying. And I'm not going to put their names out there, but it seems like some of them are veering more towards the aspect of, let me put this out here because it sounds good and see if anybody bites, you know?
Right. Karma says, my grandma was a carny, made millions in her life. You can make good money. I traveled for 3 months when I was 18 and made $40,000. We traveled as a family. See, there's good money in carnival life. I'm telling you.
You can make good money. Like we just paid for our, you know, the area that we set up in. And that was a lump sum for the 9 or 10 days we were there. You can pay that in advance. You can pay half in advance, half after the fair ends. but basically whatever you don't pay out for that amount of time, that's all of your pocket money. You know, to pay for your house, to pay for your vehicles, and whatnot. So yes, there is money in it. You can make money, especially if you're a private vendor and just renting a spot.
She may be what, Christola?
Dodging bullets says Candus is #1 suspect and just traveling around the country. It's disgusting.
That's the part that is disgusting. Yes, that law enforcement isn't doing anything to stop it.
Yes, I find that very disgusting that she is just free to come and go as she pleases, knowing law enforcement already has said that everybody is suspect. Nobody has been cleared. So, in my opinion, if you are a suspect in a potential red rum or abduction of a child, why are you just free to come and go as you please and do what you want and go on your merry way? I think that she should have to stay in Tennessee, in particular in that house, and deal with the mess that she has made.
Christola, you've never been in here when I made fun of how my phone says your name, have you? It says Christola.
Christola. Is that why you're always calling her Crystal?
It might be, because every time she sends me a text message or something, it says Christola. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. Hello, Charlie.
Did you not say hi to Charlie when he came in, Nana?
No, I did not say hello to Charlie when he came in, and I am so sorry, Charlie.
Shame on you. We have to send you to the naughty corner.
That makes me think of tuna. Sorry, Charlie. Do you remember that commercial, Charlie?
Maxie, stop. You're not getting any more popcorn.
I did not mean to ignore you, Charlie. I really, truly am sorry. And that's exactly why you have my phone number, so you can text me and jump my butt without being in front of everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say that in front of everybody, Charlie? That you called and jumped on me for not saying hello? I'm only watching for Summer's safe return. I can't handle any other cases. It's traumatic. That is true. And a lot of people feel that way. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, because 90% of any videos or information I put on my channel has to do with Summer.
Oh, trust me, Vibes, you're not the only one. I was just telling Nana the other day that with all of these little ones going missing, that it's starting to get hard for me and it's taking a toll on me. And I might have to start taking a step back as far as paying attention to the not paying attention. Help me, Nana. What am I trying to say? I mean, of course, I'm going to pay attention to all the missing cases, but maybe not go as in depth with them, I think is what I was trying to say.
Hang on one second, Jen, if you don't mind. Thank you,
that's
Christola. Beverly, I'm not sure what you're referring to, hon. Beverly says that Chris had over 4,000 last night. Why? Because he won't have the bashing, etc. He's got class and knowledge. Are you saying that we do not have class or knowledge? And I'm truly just trying to have a conversation with you. I'm not saying anything.
Yep, I saw that come in and I figured I would let you take that one.
Y'all won't have a job soon? Yes, I will. I most certainly will.
Okay, so as we're talking about no drama being in this chat,
And
we're starting drama.
Beverly is the one coming in here starting it.
Yes.
I don't see if Chris McDonough keeps all the drama away from his channel, then why were you in there last night? That's all I've got to say.
We all have our own opinions on creators. Some people love Chris. Some don't love Chris. Some, like me, take him with a grain of salt and have stopped watching him as much. But to come in here and basically put Nana down and boost Chris up, your opinion, that's fine. But Nana's chat is a no drama chat. We don't have it. We do not put up with it. And me as a mod and all of the other wonderful mods in here take care of that very quickly. But I figured, Nana, I would let you take that one.
It just agitates me when never mind, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. All I've got to say, Beverly, is if you don't like the content and you don't like the channel and you don't like the people in here, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
But please, if you aren't happy with it, you don't have to make a formal announcement and accuse everybody in here of the drama, because that is not this chat.
I can't. Oh, I didn't know there was any drama going on at this point in time. We were talking about the fair.
There hadn't been until that one comment that you acknowledged. And like I said, I let it go and let you take that one.
Oh, I didn't have to take it. I was called to the attention of it because Christola was all over it.
Only because something that I said the other night upset somebody, and I'm not trying to upset anybody, but it upsets me when somebody wants to come in here and start drama in here.
Says, I think it's weird Candus went silent, but I hope she is getting clean for the boys. Well, I would hope so too, honey, but I doubt it. And she went silent like right at the end of May, 1st of June. And
it was the day the remains were found.
That was right after Allie and all them stopped talking. So I'm wondering if there's not a connection there.
I wonder where Allie's at right now. She may be up and disappear with Candus.
I don't know. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Sandra.
But I honestly and truly believe, like I said, I've done a couple of videos on Candus leaving town, and she's very predictable. That kind of person always is. Hello, Tennessee Blonde. Good to see you in here, sweetheart. I saw you on John and Brandy's channel too.
I honestly think when all of this started, well, back to February, when Don first got locked up, I think I told my husband, watch, she's going to run. I do believe that I remember telling him during whatever conversation the one day that she's going to leave that little shack and just drop off the face of the earth.
I agree, Vibes. Candus must be somewhere with no internet coverage. Oh, and who was it that asked what we think of Ernie? I mean, really, I don't think anything bad about Ernie. I don't think he's the horrible person everybody tries to make him out to be. I think deep down he has a really good heart. He's just he's not the crispiest cracker in the box.
Well, I know there's a video put out last night. I have it in my save to watch later videos that he was on the side of the highway yesterday.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to watch it yet because it's just been, well, you know how my past couple days has been. I've really not had a chance to watch much of anything. Hell, you thought that I was upset with you or something yesterday just because I wasn't feeling good. Do I seem better today now, though? Am I
Yeah,
back to being my chatty, normal, happy self?
yeah. Ernie probably does have mental illness, honey, but most of us all do. And it's just because of the way the world is and the things how I can't explain this the way it's gonna where everybody will understand it. It makes sense in my own brain.
I have been diagnosed with bipolar too. So I
But
think everybody has a little bit of a mental illness in them.
but with everything that's going on in the world today and all these chemicals that they're producing and all the factories putting out all the chemicals in the air and with that hydrogen collider, however you pronounce it, making the oh Lord, I can't even think of it. But anyways, with everything that's going on in the world, that's what's causing all the mental illness. And it's not just one or two people, it's pretty much everybody. Everybody's being diagnosed with some kind of mental illness every day. And if they can't find one, they come up with a new one. I believe a psychiatrist somewhere has come up with one about summerwells too. They've named some kind of mental illness that has to do with the summer being missing. What goes into effect on July 1st? But I myself was diagnosed a long time ago with bipolar 2 syndrome, with not COPD, shoot, obsessive compulsive disorder, and negative thoughts and intrusive fantasies. And I can't even take any medication for it.
You have almost the exact same things as me going on, Nana. Told you we were separated at birth. But no, while you were talking about that, I was going to bring up, do you think that it's a possibility that a lot of people's mental illnesses currently within the past year that have been following all these missing children's cases, do you think that might have anything to do with a lot of these, I don't want to say mental issues, but some people, getting the either manic depressive or something like that, those kind of issues? You think it could be a lot of us follow these cases and follow them very closely?
Absolutely.
And, empathizing with the case and getting all the feelies that we do, and our hearts hurting, our brains hurting from overthinking everything.
Actually, you want me to tell you my opinion about it?
Yes, ma'am. I wouldn't have said anything if I didn't want your opinion.
If you all will think about it. Now, there were very sick people back then. I mean, we're talking like Jack the Ripper and all them. But like back in the 1800s, when you had people who were working on their farms just to have a living, they were working from daylight till dark. And they didn't have time to run the roads or go watch movies or buy these stupid electronic games or have computers or whatever. They actually had to work from daylight till dark just to survive and provide for their families. Guess what? 98% of those people did not suffer from depression. They did not go out and commit self-harm. They didn't go out here and harm other people. Guess what? They were either one, too tired, or two, that wasn't even crossing their minds. Their mind was on the fields and the crops and the animals they had to take care of and the kids they had to feed. With the kids, and I still believe this to this day, there is no hyperactivity or ADHD or what. If you would put your kids out in the summertime, if you would put them out in the morning, give them chores to do, let them spend the day outside playing, where they would wear themselves out, bring them in when it's time to eat, give them a bath, put them to bed, make them say their prayers. Guess what? They would be too exhausted to have ADHD bouncing off the walls. It's because people keep their kids cooped up inside in front of a TV 24/7, and they don't wear themselves out. They don't get enough exercise. They don't get enough sunshine. They don't get enough fresh air. Same with people. People are either stuck inside in front of a computer, in front of a TV, or inside working at some, doing something inside in front of a computer working. When the men out here working day to day, hard work, the rednecks, as people would call them, you don't see them having to run to the psychiatrist because they've got depression problems, because they're out here, they're exhausted when they get home. They've put in a good day's work. Their body is producing the right chemicals. And I'm not saying anything bad about anybody else. I sit here in front of this computer all the time. And like I said, I have been diagnosed myself with all those things. I'm just saying, people aren't getting out. They're not active. They're not getting the sunlight. They're not getting the fresh air. They're not getting the exercise that they need, that the body requires. And that is the main cause of all the mental problems that we're having. If you were out here doing something every day outside working hard, you wouldn't have time to worry about what else is going on in the world.
And hey, Nana, how much longer are you wanting to go?
Oh, I don't care. We can quit if y'all want to.
No, I still have to cook dinner. That's why I was wondering. Talking about all this food, my belly's growling.
Right. Well, you can jump off if you want to, hon. I mean, I didn't mean to make you mad, Jen.
Oh, I'm not mad at all. Not in the slightest bit, I promise.
That's why I asked. Do you really want my opinion? Trust me. You start asking my opinion about stuff, about something I feel strong about, I'm going to let you know. So true. Giving as an empathetic person is extremely draining emotionally and mentally, particularly when dealing with the narcissistic personality types, which this case has been involved with. Absolutely.
You know what I can do?
What?
If you want to drop the link again, I'll grab it on my phone so I can just take my phone with me to the kitchen while I start dinner.
That's fine.
All right, drop me the link again, hun.
I did.
Okay, I will be back in a minute.
You're right, Charlie. People prescribed medicine must continue to take their medicine. Right. And that's another problem. Doctors are prescribing medicine left and right instead of prescribing sunshine and fresh air and exercise. That's like my cholesterol medicine right now I'm supposed to be taking. I've not had it in like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. And now I worry because if you take it and then you go without it and you start taking it again and you go without it again, how much damage is that going to do to my body? Is it going to do more damage than not taking it in the first place? I take my meds every day too, hon, but I live so far out away from town, and as of right now, I only get paid once a month. And there was such a big mix-up about my prescription and trying to get it. You would not believe the drama I had the last time I tried to get it filled. So needless to say, I have to wait until tomorrow. Wait a minute, Wednesday, because the banks are closed today, so I don't get paid until Wednesday, and then I go pick up my medication.
Okay, was that fast enough for you?
Absolutely.
Trying to figure out why my picture is different on my phone versus my tablet. I must have different profile pictures.
I didn't mean to get on here and start harping, guys. I promise you I didn't. What? What link?
Oh, I can't see chat now. I don't have both devices running, so whatever's going on in there, Charlie and Cristola will have to take it for me.
I agree, Cristola, it is too hot, sweetheart. But the thing about it is back in the olden days, things have changed way too much now. But back in the olden days, the kids would have already been out there every day and they would have been used to the heat by now. So going out and spending all day wouldn't have been a big deal. Or at the end of the day, they could have went and jumped in the creek. I remember when I was a kid, we had a creek that ran in front of our house, and we played in the creek every day. I know it's horrible. I know it's coming. And I'm still in this stupid, well, hopefully I won't be next week, though. I sure say I'm still in this stupid camper. I'm going to burn up, but hopefully next week I won't be.
Tomorrow's going to be really bad, Nana.
Yeah, I know. My son, well, Cristola, you know who I'm talking about, Curtis. He works out. He's a concrete finisher, and he's out in this heat. He came in last week, and he thought he was having a heat stroke. It's bad.
Why I always like it when Brett stops over here when he's in the area, so he can come in and get something cold to drink and sit in the air conditioning for a few minutes. I don't like him being out in that heat working all day. But then again, that's just me being an overprotective mom too.
Right. Karma, where are you at, honey? That there's kids passing from hypothermia in the river. Wow. I wasn't saying anything about the parents or anything, guys. I'm just saying that's the biggest problem nowadays is the fact that none of us, parents or children, do not get the exercise that we need.
Now, I know when Brett was a teenager and younger, I did not let him sit inside all day on his Xbox or anything else. He was out on the skateboard, on his bike, doing whatever, doing what kids should do, swimming in the lake and.
Hun, hold up for a second, guys. I do not know what link you're talking about, honey. I still haven't seen a link, and I've went back up through my chat, and I've not seen a link. And I would really prefer you not to come and drop links in my chat anyways. I don't want it to be a bad link and then somebody from my chat go to it thinking it's something important. If you want to tell us what the link is about and then somebody choose to go find it and go to it, that's fine. But you have still not said anything about it. You've not told us what the link is.
I'm sorry, Nana. Like I said, I can't see chat right now, so I don't know what's going on in there.
Sweetheart, that don't tell us what that is. That just says Blood Moon Child Rituals, which I hope that doesn't cause me problems for me saying it on my channel. But that don't tell us what it is. Nana, have you heard about Michael and Shirley Gray? They adopted children, and 3 in Tennessee. No. Oh, yes, I have. And I believe it was in Knoxville, in Carnes. They had some, and they passed in the house that they lived in. They gave that house to their biological grown son, and there was some buried in the backyard. And then it was foster kids. And then in the new house, that's where they found the other kids, like chained up and stuff.
Wasn't that trial just going on like a week or two ago?
I believe so.
Because I had asked you if you were familiar with it.
Right, yeah, that's what jogged my memory to know what they were talking about. Okay, honey. Shining, if you will tell us what the name of the video is that the name of it? The moon, blood moon, whatever. I don't know. The channel name is nothing. Oh, okay. Aquarius Rising Africa. And that would be about, does it have to do with summer? Does it have to do with other missing children? What does it have to do with? This is like pulling teeth. Can you not just, give us a basic detail of what it's about? I'm not trying to be mean or anything, hon, but you're not telling anybody anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't want any of our people to go click on that link and it be something not good and somebody get a virus.
Could be a clue to ring behavior. A clue to, does it have to do with summer? Charlie K, you better be telling me something important. What are you saying OMG about? I'm asking you for information and you're refusing to give it. So that's the last I'm even going to discuss it. Charlie, go ahead. Zero, I hope that ain't what we're talking about.
Hey, fill me in. I feel like I'm in the dark over here.
Nothing. That woman, whatever she. Oh, you'll have to look at the screen, is all I can tell you. Look at the screen. I popped it up there. That's what Beverly says it is. That woman kept hollering, go to it, go to it.
Okay, gotcha. Because I can't see chat at all.
Dixie says Candus was in Kingsport last week, so I doubt she's running. She wouldn't have been here, I wouldn't think.
But well, did she just come home to get some of her belongings and then take off again, or? I mean, because when she originally took off, she might not have been able to get too much, especially in that tiny little car. So did she just come home to get more stuff?
She may have been coming after stuff to sell. Christola, I got a bad vibe from her. That's what she did. I just got a really, really bad vibe.
And we know when Nana gets a bad vibe to follow it.
I mean, you asked, or I asked her 2 or 3 times specifically, just tell us what it's about. And she kept coming off with crazy crap, and
can't have that.
It's valid, usually information, but all for the strong. Well, I'm strong, probably about as strong as you can get, but I don't want you guys clicking on something and then going in there and thinking, it came from my channel. Well, I'm glad that non-mods can can't drop links. I've heard of what she's talking about, and it honestly could tie in. Well, everybody, if you want to go and look at it, feel free to, but I don't say I'm telling you to do it.
That's almost like one of those viewer discretion is advised. Enter at your own risk.
Okay. Well, I don't know, Zero. You know more about stuff like that than I do, but I don't know. I just got a really bad when you ask somebody what something's about, and if they can't give you a straight answer, then there's usually something wrong with it. I'm not buying it. Says I got a bad vibe too, Nana. Sounded like promoting stuff. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. And maybe not the best of, not very reputable stuff either.
As soon as you said blood moon and ritual, it raised the alarm.
It wasn't, though. I went and looked it up. It's on YouTube. You're welcome, April C. It's basically conspiracy theories. Oh, okay. What are you doing, churning butter, Jen?
No, making tea.
Hey, Tinful.
Got the chicken in the oven. Now I'm just making some tea. I'm out of soda.
I just went and looked it up, and I believe your vibe about her was correct. I do not like the looks of that channel. My spiritual feelers are on overload right now. Christella said she didn't watch it. It was an hour long. It's truth, but people don't want to believe those horrors exist. And if my empath abilities are off right now, it's only because I don't know who that person was. They could be delivering vital information or they could be in on it. True. Beverly says, I used to watch the Veil about child hunters. They went after the YouTuber of the channel. Anyways, guys, we're going to go for about 15 more minutes. I've enjoyed it today, guys.
This was a nice little pop-up.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it's true, guys, or they think it's true or whatever, but it's just I don't like talking about it and participating in it is two different things. And like I said, when somebody won't give you a straightforward answer when you ask them a direct question, they can't even give you an idea of what they're talking about. To me, something's up with that, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's probably about cults stuff. Plenty of rabbit holes you can go down that for those. I don't think it has to do with summer. There are loads of cults out there. Oh, I know there is.
But do we really need, any of us need to go down another rabbit hole? We've gone down so many of them in the past year.
Good evening. You don't know me? No, I don't know you, but I would like to get to know you. No, I'm joking. Hello, hon. How are you? I'm glad everybody came by.
Not bad for a quick little pop-up, huh?
Right.
And we were just going to do this and just put it out as a video.
I think she was getting at it being what happened to Summer and other kids. Well, honey, all I can say is she should have just said that instead of basically not saying anything at all. She'll know the next time, won't she? She comes in here and starts talking. She better tell me what she's talking about. She won't be here. Yeah, there you go. Please, no more rabbit holes, said Alice.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid as many of them as possible.
You promise it's a nice guy here? Okay. Good deal. As long as you're a nice guy, we're a nice group. And you're more than welcome. Make yourself at home. It's definitely a Monday. Yes, I agree.
We don't usually bite.
Candus is still a suspect. How is it that she can leave the state? Has she told TBI here whereabouts? Oh, her whereabouts. Honey, I don't know.
And I do think that it's funny. I'm going to grab what our wonderful Don B said the other day about Grandus did mention that, you know, they can come and talk to her at any given time that they so choose. Well, how are they supposed to do that when Grandus is gone too?
Right. Beverly, I believe in all that too, honey. 100%.
Kind of hard to talk to anybody if they're not around.
Well, you don't know me. We hope you definitely come back. We're a really, really good group here, and everybody's welcome so long as they are honorable. And we try to give everybody a platform to say what they have to say and give their opinions. And at any time, as long as you don't P-bomb me or anything, anytime that you want to get up on panel and say something, you're more than welcome. Just holler, give me a link, you show your face, and then you get to get up there and say whatever you want to say. This channel is not just my channel, it's for everybody. Tina has decided to be a carny. She is making cotton candy right now, guys. She sent me a video. And she is literally making cotton candy.
Yeah, as far as that goes, I honestly don't think I could sit in those hot little trailers all day long and spin cotton candy or make hot dogs, or like even my daughter-in-law's pizza trailer. I couldn't be in there.
Oh yeah, it gets hot, that's for sure. Sandra, you're so right. It costs absolutely nothing to be nice. Oh, no way. Really? Country Chick is his wife, guys. Well, welcome. You don't know me. We know Country Chick.
Okay, I am back in my spot, Nana, and I'm going back so I can see chat.
You call it candy floss? Yeah, somebody else that was in here was calling it candy floss too. That's probably the correct name for it because, like I said, the stuff that gives it the flavor and the color is called flossine. So,
did I lose you again?
No, I'm here. Can you not hear me? Hello, Jen. Can you not hear me? I believe she's been in here, sweetheart. And wait a minute. Country Chick. Is she the lady that I put her YouTube channel on my YouTube my community tab? I believe I've spoke with her before. Hello, Versi. Jen, you're gonna have to come back in, hon. We could hear you. I don't know why you couldn't hear us. I bet they do love it. Hello, Tangerine. Long time no see, hon. She's trying to get it started on here. Said she talked to you. Yes, that's what I thought. After I thought about it for a minute, I thought that's who it was. Yes, yes. She's a very sweet lady. And I'm so happy to have you in here.
All right, you got me now, Nana?
Yep, I got you.
All right. I don't know what happened. I left the kitchen and came back to the living room and couldn't hear nothing.
You guys are from Powell, huh? Well, that's not too far from me. Well, we could hear you. I don't know why you couldn't hear us, Jen.
I couldn't hear a thing. But it's fine now.
Says, hi vibes. Hope you are well, hon. I'm not sure who you're talking to, May. But if you're talking to me, I'm very good. I hope you're doing great too. She is a very sweet lady, honey. You should be proud of that one. And Country Chick is the one that is doing the videos on people who have depression and stuff, guys. So you all really should go check out her channel and subscribe to her. Not saying that we're all crazy in here or anything, guys. I promise I'm not saying that.
Don't lie. You know we're all crazy.
Yeah, we are. We are all crazy.
Versy's here. Hi, Versy.
Well, hello, Miss Tina. Tina's not in the chat, but she's listening to us, guys, while she's making the cotton candy.
Get a handle.
That's fine, sweetheart. You go ahead and mop that floor. Have fun doing it, Kathy.
Hubby's laughing at me because I made a mega pint of iced tea.
A pint. How did you make a pint?
A mega pint.
Oh. I have heard of Kyron Harmon. His mother fights for him every day. That's how Candus should be. I've heard that name, and I know I've seen it. But off the top of my head, I can't place the child.
You still there, Nana?
Yep, I'm still here. Can you hear me? Nope, I guess not, huh?
Nana, you there?
I'm here. Guys, I don't know what's up with her phone today. We're here, Jen, if you want to jump back in, honey. Are you trying to say we might be a little crazier than you? Just a little bit. Not that much. I've had you in here and chat before. Remember, everybody's cheating. Everybody's cheating. We ain't that much crazier than you. It breaks my heart to do it. It breaks hearts to do it. Gonna start. Okay, I missed something, Kathy. Mega pint. Jen, she thought that was funny. Hi, Versi. I thought I said hello to you when you came in, sweetheart. But just in case I didn't, I wished I could make sure and see each and every one of yous when yous come in and actually speak to yous. Sometimes I miss people, though. Is it okay if I let people know about her book she wrote? Oh, no, that's absolutely fine, sweetheart. Absolutely. You're more than welcome to drop where they can buy it and everything. You got to remember, I was the first person to ever see her first video. Well, maybe besides you. And I was the first person to show her video. Oh, yeah, drop the link, huh? Sorry about that. There you go, sweetheart. Kathy. Honey, I would come and mop your floor for you, but sweetheart, I ain't got no way there. But you know I'd do it if I could. Just say the name of it. Honey, I don't care. Just whatever you want to tell about it, it's fine.
Okay, I got it figured out.
Okay.
I was getting stupid spam phone calls and it was throwing me off.
No, I don't know who Eric Monty is. Have you heard of Eric Monty, Jen?
I have not.
They found him in Tennessee on June 15th. Well, that's probably one reason why we didn't hear about it. There was so much stuff going on YouTube on June 15th. I don't think we'd have heard if China had fell into the sea. It's called Where is My Birth Father? That sounds interesting. Where can they buy it if they wanted to read it? It's on YouTube. Machi, is that how you pronounce it? Machi? Well, Tangerine said she's putting off her mop and she'll come mop it, Kathy. Jen, did you say you were going to go mop Kathy's floor for her?
No, I thought Kathy was coming to mop mine.
It's about the history. It's about her life history. It's really good. I'll bet it is. I have an iRobot that mops the entire house from my phone. Best $450 I've ever spent. I promise you. Oh, come on. They ain't no iRobot that mops your floor from your phone, no less, April. Come on.
Oh, but there is. There's an iRobot for wood floors, tile floors, carpet.
Oh, forget it. I don't believe you.
You've never seen those, Nana?
No, I'm waiting on the really good robots. The ones that don't talk back and only do what you tell them to do.
Oh, you want a Rosie?
No. Go watch the movie AI.
I have seen it. I was figuring you wanted a Rosie from the Jetsons.
No, I want the male robot from AI.
Okay, you want one of those.
Yeah. That's me, Corey. If I wasn't crazy, I'd go insane.
I think we all would. I'm halfway there anyway, so.
Nana, thank you for the awesome work for Summer. She would be proud of you as well as I am. Thank you for letting Summer have a voice. You and your mods and panel and chat always do an amazing job. Thank you, May May. We appreciate that, don't we, Jen?
Yes, we do. Very much.
I can tell the house, Nana. I don't need my voice. Alrighty then. Charlie's telling me, yes, there is a robot. No, there's not a robot.
I keep telling the kids I want one of those that just tap something on my phone and start my vacuum. Don't have to bust out the big vacuum.
Guys, this is the link for Country Chick's book that she wrote. Christola dropped it in chat. If anybody wants to go and check it out, I would suggest going and checking it out. It sounds like it'd be really good.
Look at Christola going with those links.
I told you, she's my pride and joy when it comes to YouTube. Well, we love you coming in here, Tangerine. I promise you we do. Thank you, Sandra. No, she's always been April C. I'm not buying it. As far as I know, every time she's coming here and on my phone, it's April C. I've talked to her at her house, so I know she's a real person. We thank you for your service too, by the way, April. She is ex-military, guys. So is her husband. Look there. Great minds think alike. Nana has talked to me on the phone. She has my digits if she needs them. See, all you ladies need a cleaner like mine. She's called Mary Poppins. I love you too, April. I want Mary Poppins to come to my house and live. I would love just to have one of those umbrellas. Hey, if Mary Poppins was real, we could make her find Candus.
Yeah.
Oh,
With my insurance, I could have somebody come in here like twice a month and clean for me, and my insurance will pay for it.
Why don't you do that?
Because I can't stand the way other people clean.
So you just tell her what part you want cleaned.
And then I would be standing over her. Like even when Keith he'll help and do the dishes for me. And I had to get snippy with him the other day because I don't actually have the dish drainer to put the dishes in.
Yeah.
And he was setting the cups upside down so no airflow could get to them. I said, no, you can't do that. I
always do that.
If no air gets to them, the moisture dries inside of it and it makes your cups stinky.
Right, but if you don't turn them upside down, then the liquid just sits inside of them and gets stinky. You have to turn them upside down so the liquid will drain out of them after you rinse them.
I put them right side up, and then before I put them away, I make sure there's nothing in them. And if there's even one little drop left of water, I just take the towel and dry it out.
May, contracts are made to be broken. I'll just have you know that. Mm-hmm. Contracts are made to be broken. I don't care if she signed a lifetime contract with you. Mary Poppins is for all the little children, not just one. That's so mean. Your mommy didn't teach you to share, did she?
Tangerine Cottage says my mom would clean before the cleaner got here. Yes, that would be me. That would absolutely be me. Even if I know the kids are coming over, I run around here like a mad woman trying to clean. And it's just the kids, so I shouldn't really care, but
she's so worried her 3-month-old grandson's going to come in and tell her house is nasty. April C says, don't think about the iRobot mopping robot. So worth every dollar. And if it ever breaks, I'm getting a new one. I have a maid. She was actually mad, which I didn't expect, but now she likes it. Okay, the maid got mad because you have a robot that mops. Can you adopt me, April? Can I come live with you?
Me too. No, I remember that conversation that we were having the one morning that I told you I had to get off the phone and hurry up and go get the kitchen clean before Nugget got here, because he was just going to jump out of his seat and run right in the kitchen and say, Grammy, your kitchen's dirty.
Yep. May, I'm not trying to be naughty. I promise. I'll be good. I'll be good. I promise. I'm just playing around with you, May. Still supposed to share. It's just not fair that you're keeping Mary Poppins to yourself.
I try to share with you all the time. We just can't find the proper link for that portal.
Oh, May wants to know if April's husband is her iRobot. No, trust me, her husband would not be doing floors. I promise you. You do not, April. Come on. I actually have 2 different robots that do windows and tile.
I want those robots. Somebody do windows.
Oh, April, I know he would not. Just the way you were describing him. Okay, guys, I have loved the time that we have spent together this evening, but it's over 2 hours now. And I told Jen when we did this, we're only going to go maybe 20, 30 minutes. Actually, I said 15, 20 minutes.
And here we are, 2 hours and 6 minutes.
There you go, vibes. April, see where are you living? A space station? Have a great night. You don't know me. Tell Country Chick I said hello, okay? May wants to move in too, April. Keep talking about all your robots, and you're going to have a whole house full of people they're going to have to clean after.
Then she'll really need a maid, huh?
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. And we may have another live tomorrow. I'm not sure.
After the chiropractor.
After the chiropractor?
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
you know, I gotta go see the Beck Cracky Feel Good doctor.
Yeah. Thank you guys, really. You need to start a tech channel. Yeah, you do. I love you too, April. I love all of you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I promise you I do. And if we don't talk before Thursday, remember Thursday at 6 o'clock, guys. We're going to do it at 6, okay? And
love you. See everybody Thursday, if not beforehand.
What?
I said love y'all. I'll see everybody Thursday, if not beforehand.
Okay, well, the first part of it got cut off, and it just said Thursday, if not beforehand.
Oops.
All right.
And I will talk to you shortly. I'm going to go check my chicken.
All right. Say your prayers. Love your kids. Call your parents. And thank God every day, guys, for everything that you have. And we'll see you later.